does that. Wait, what's that? Okay, I'll just do that as well. Okay, hello, my name's Liam Roche, and this is my documentation of. Oh, better close that. And this is my documentation of the Shapeman game for assignment 2. Okay, I'm going to show you the initial sketch that I had of the game. It's rather simple. It's there. There's nothing on the side, but I can tell you what's what in this. So this orange circle is what you start off as, like the player basically. It could be a square or triangle. It really depends on whose game you're playing. Mine is a circle, and these red circles, just to save time, are the enemies. Now on my game they actually start off as a square, but that doesn't really matter for the initial sketch. These blue colour circles, now these are the other shapes that you can hit and turn into to eat the enemies. You will have the square, the cross, the triangle, the circle, and the pentagon. Those are the 5 shapes in my game. And this is, the black line is just supposed to be like the level border, so to speak. And then these black lines that protrude inwards in the actual game, they're sort of like walls. And that was the initial sketch idea that I had. And my final level also got inspiration from this, just a bit more complicated. Oh, rat. Sprites. Okay, I'm gonna show you the sprites are basically identical for each thing, apart from miscellaneous. Even that's pretty simple. Okay, so the square player was made literally by clicking on that, choosing the green colour. I don't know which one I chose. Let's just use that. Oh, it was that one. And filling out the pixel image. And then to add the animation to this, I went to animation, rotation sequence, clockwise, and I just put 100 frames in for 360 degrees, and it gave me all of them. It's probably an unnecessary amount, but it works and it runs smoothly. Square 2 is the square in the game that you hit to turn into. This also rotates, and it was done exactly like the player. NPC also rotates and done exactly like the player. Now the square notify is like, it tells you that square's up and coming. So if you're a triangle and this appears in the box next to the level number, that's signifying that the green square is the next shape that the enemies will be. And this gives you time to go and hit the green square, so when the enemy does change, you can eat them. And the same concept goes for the circle, except this was made with the ellipse tool, which is like a circle thing. It was done in the purpley pink and then just filled out. Rather simple. And then it was also done rotation the same as I did with the square, 100 frames, 360 degrees. Although you can't really tell that it rotates, but when you play the game you can see that it spins. Circle 2 is done the exact same as the player. So all these circles will follow the same concept as the player does. NPC also spins, done the exact same way. Notify is obviously if you're the pentagon player and the enemies are a cross, and then in the box a circle appears, it shows that the circle is going to be the next enemy, which obviously again gives you time to go and hit the circle, so when you start eating the pills again, when you do come to face with an enemy, you can just eat them as well and get more score. the cross player is done the exact same, except the way I did this was I drew the lines in the middle, and then I drew another 2 lines beside them on either side to make it a bit thicker, because I thought one line was a bit too thin. And this was also rotated in the exact same way. Rotation sequence clockwise, 100 frames and 360 degrees. Boom. Cross 2 is obviously the cross that... Oh! That's not been animated. Oh well. Maybe they're not actually if it does need animating, I'll show you what I actually did for the other. In fact, no, I'll show you what I did for the others now. Rotation sequence clockwise, 100 frames, 360 degrees. Okay, bang. They will appear for you. You don't have to do it one by one. I've seen some friends do it, and it's like, why would you put yourself through all that torture when there's just such a simple technique to it? That is rotated right. Yeah, thank God. We've just been on to cross 2. Okay, NPC is obviously this bright enemy, and this is rotated. Good, I didn't forget that. Okay, notify again if you're the triangle player and the enemy's the pentagon, but a cross appears in the box. It shows that the cross is going to be the next enemy. Player is just a triangle. Now the way I did this was I used 2. I did that, and then I did that, but I didn't want to do that because I didn't really like it because it was a bit too big. I don't know, it just didn't appeal to me, so I then just left it like that and filled it in with a light blue colour for the triangle, and that's how it was made. And obviously I did the exact same for the rotation sequence. It's bright triangle 2. It's not been animated. Damn it. Bang. Boom. Boom. NPC is obviously the enemy. This has been animated. Alright. And notify. You should understand what notify does by now. Pentagon player obviously is the player. Now the way I made this was I'm really bad at drawing shapes. Especially pentagons, hexagons, octagons, septagons, all of them. I don't get it. So the way I did this was I literally just did that. Not that. If it would kindly select the line tool for me, thank you very much. I literally just did that because I had no clue how to draw it, and that's just what I came up with. It works, and it rotates. Oh, and it rotates smoothly, so I like it. It works well. Okay, Pentagon 2. This hasn't been rotated. Why? Why did I not rotate these? Do they need rotating? Maybe not. They're rotating now anyway. NPC rotates. You know what the NPC is in the notes. The notify, I've explained it twice now. You should really know what it does. Let me just close these. Boom. Miscellaneous stuff such as the wall. The way I made the wall is that in the game you can't see the black line or the light blue line, and that's not even the same colour. Oh well, it looks nice in the game, so I'll keep it as that. The way I did this was literally I did a black outline around the edge, a light blue line again around the edge, and then I just sort of went along with it. Why did it not select the draw tool? Did it even click it? I don't know. And obviously I just did that, which gave me which gave me the initial shape ideas for them to be the same, that, and for that to be a slightly different colour. to match the blue outline. All my walls follow this same concept. Wall 4, it follows the exact same concept: black outline, light pink, dark pink, 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 because pink's a nice colour. Now, if you don't understand what Sprite Wall 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 means, it basically indicates what level they're going to be on. So Sprite Wall 5 is on level 5. Sprite Wall 1 is on level 1. I'll show you the rest of the walls anyway. They're made in the exact same way, just different colours. Boom. Sprite Wall 2. Bang. Blue this time. Although I say it's identical, it seems that they change around the colours. Like on Sprite Wall 5, if I get that back up, I can't. On Sprite Wall 5, the dark colours are on the side. However, later on it seems as my dark colours became on the top and the light on the side. So that clearly went. You can't really tell the difference unless you really look closely. Sprite Life, originally I was going to have lives such as that one, but in the end I decided just to discontinue the idea and not have the concept of lives. Like if you die, it just restarts the level, instead of like if you die, it restarts the game. And because that's just too painful. Like I've been through that pain and it's not nice. I was also going to have like a pickup, and that's supposed to be like a glass enclosing effect, and like when you went over it, it would smash, you'd acquire the life, and you just go on about the level and continue playing. Pill. This is what the character picks up for the score. This pill idea came from paracetamol. Originally I was going to make it like that. Then I was like, but then it's uneven. Like the bottom's bigger than the top. And I just didn't like that. But that's probably what paracetamol actually looks like. I think it does. But I didn't like that. So I just left it like red, blue, and black line in the middle. So the black line could technically be like the seal of the tablet, if you think about it logically. Okay, so they're all my sprite. They're not all my sprites. I've got level numbers because I'm quite bad at using the controller and putting text in. So for the levels, I just wrote 5. This was done with the draw tool. I filled in the background first, and then just drew the outline, and then just thickened it. And I just did the exact same with the others. Sprite 4, oh, the exact same. Black fill, white line. Sprite 3, again, it's the exact same. Black, white fill. No, black fill, white lines. Damn. Okay, Sprite 2, this was the only one I did differently because I couldn't draw the two to save my life. So I believe what I did with this is I used spray paint. Yeah, I used spray paint. And then after using spray paint, I went over the two in the draw tool to make it cubey. And removed the blurriness from the edge. And Sprite 1, I did the same as I did with Sprite 5, 4, and 3. I just filled in the background black. And then I drew it in white. And just made it a bit thicker so it stands out a bit more. They are all of my sprites. Okay, let's go to objects. Boom. They're supposed to be in miscellaneous. Bye bye. That's supposed to go in miscellaneous. Put it there. Okay. So these are all of my. Well, these are the main objects. I mean, there is a main object in miscellaneous, which is the wall and the controller for the music and the pill, but we'll talk about that in a sec. We'll talk about the fundamental of the game, the characters and what they do and how they do it. So this circle player is my main. This is what you start as, and this is what it's left with. Now I tried to use as little code as possible, so I used mainly drag and drop. So to move down, I made the event keyboard, not keypad. It's down, up, left and right for left, right, up and down. And to do it, I dragged that tool, move fixed, apply it to whatever way it's going. So if it's going right, it's like that. If it's going up, it's like that. If it's going left, it's like that. All the speeds are on 3. Because I'd like to keep it consistent and not have it moving faster one way than the others, because that would be slightly weird. Okay, so for the wall, only 2 levels have been made in this game, so it only collides with 2 walls at the minute. The first wall, okay, let's talk about the first wall for level 1. When it hits the object, it applies to self, it stops moving at a speed of 0, so it halts basically. It doesn't move anymore unless you change its direction. And it's the exact same for the object wall for room 5. Hits the wall, the move fixed applies to the object yourself, and you stop going in any direction and your speed goes to 0. Object square 2. Now the 2s are obviously, as I said earlier, what you hit to turn into basically. So if you turn into a square, or if you want to turn into a square, you have to hit square 2 in the game. If you want to turn into a cross in the game, you have to hit cross 2. And they're the ones that stay still basically. The way I did this, the way I changed it, I went into, I believe it was main 1. Yeah, change sprite. And whatever sprite you want to change it into, it applies to the self, so the circle player. It goes to that. I clicked on square, player, speed 3, that applies for the movement. It's done the exact same for circle 2 if you want to change back into a circle, like from a cross to circle. It follows the exact same fundamentals as square 2 does. Cross 2, it's the exact same. If I would like to, there we go. It's the exact same. Triangle 2, it follows the same thing. If you hit the triangle 2, you change into the triangle player. If you hit the pentagon 2, you turn into the pentagon player, and yes, that's the fundamental of the game. NPC. I believe this doesn't work for every one of them. I think I messed up on some of them. When I say some, I mean like all of them. Not object 2. Object square 2. So when you hit the square, it destroys yourself and restarts the game. It happens with this. If you hit the cross NPC, you destroy yourself and then it will restart the game. I tried adding a death effect in, but it didn't really work. And I thought it doesn't really suit the game anyway. The one that I chose doesn't suit the game anyway. I'll show you what it is in a minute, actually, after I've done these. Again, triangle NPC, if you hit it, it applies to self, and you go boom, restarts the game. NPC, again, pentagon, if you hit it, you destroy yourself, and then it will restart the game from the beginning. All the pills will respawn, the enemies will respawn, and it's just going to cause a lot of hassle for you, basically. Circle 2 has absolutely no coding on it whatsoever, because it doesn't need it. There's nothing that needs to go on there. NPC. Okay, I'll talk about the alarm in a second because that's a bit more confusing. For the walls, for all my NPCs, the wall, if it hits it, it will bounce off precisely against the solid object and it applies to the self. It's the exact same for level 5. And what this does is, every level, because my NPCs go in a random direction, the pattern it goes in is different each time. Like it might go up first, then when it hits, it might go down, left or right. It's got quite a variety to go in. Circle player. The circle NPC hits the circle player. The circle player gets destroyed. Now I know this does work because I tried it out yesterday. Okay. So the alarms. Let me make sure that okay. Because this starts as the first NPC, I'll talk from this one first. It will save, it'll make it a bit simpler. So set alarm 0 is 400, so that means after every 400 steps, it will start moving in a random direction. I've just confused myself. That's what I'm supposed to be looking at, not create. I just seen the alarm and I was like, oh, alarm 0. But that does sort of link in with this. So after the 400 steps, the square will change into the NPC. And then I had to do that, set alarm 1 to 400, alarm 1. This is alarm 1. And then it changes into the object triangle NPC, and then it goes to alarm 2. Oh, didn't want that. Thanks for popping up though. Alarm 3. Well, we'll just go along with it anyway. Change objects into a pentagon. Follows the exact same. Every 400 steps again. It follows the exact same fundamentals. NPC. Alarm 2 to alarm 3. 3 to 400. Will change into a cross. And not that. Pentagon. It will change after 400 steps again, which is like seconds, into the square NPC, and it will go in that order. I've been trying to make it go into a random order, but that doesn't seem to want to work for me. So I just left it in that order for now. And there's nothing... I just clicked on that. There's nothing in here. Apart from that. Why is that in there? I mean, that doesn't have to be there, but it is. I don't think it's in for the others. Or is it? No, it's not. It's not fundamental, I don't believe. No, it's definitely not. I'll sort of place it all in all of them. Okay, notify. Now this is blank. I've not put anything in any of the notifies. But as I said earlier, I'm going to do it so that it corresponds with what shape's appearing next. And because mine's in an order, I'm just going to have to look at what order they go in. And maybe make it appear 200 steps before the shape changes after 400 steps. So you've got like a 200 step lead basically. And these are my main objects, and that's what they do. Square player. This doesn't want to work. Now what I've tried to do is like when the square hits the object circle NPC, it destroys the square player and it restarts the game. Now this doesn't work because what I've done for the triangle is the exact same. However, the triangle NPC destroys the triangle player. So I kind of need to go over that and probably ask a friend or go on YouTube and search how to fix this problem, because I think it looks fine to me, but obviously my game completely disagrees and doesn't want to help in any way or form. The other objects that I have, my beautiful objects. Bang bang, not that. Miscellaneous. Yeah, object wall is sprite wall 5, but when I made this, it was at the time object wall, and that's just what I've left it as. I made it solid. I think I made all the walls solid. I did, so that the players and the NPCs can bounce off of it. They don't need any code because the NPCs know to bounce off of the certain wall. Life, I do have that in there, but I've not actually incorporated it yet. I've just left it. Controller, now this is for my first level, my final level, which was at the time my first level when I was doing this, which plays the sound music when the game's created. It loops it, although there's probably not much point for it to loop because it's like a 3-minute song, And if it takes you more than 3 minutes to complete the level, then I've got some news for you. You shouldn't be playing the game. This is obviously for this music for level 1. I could have probably put it in the controller, but I had no idea how. So I thought, to save the complications, I'll just make another controller. Again, score. I tried making a score so that when you kill an enemy, you get score. I had no idea how to do this. I am definitely going to look up how to incorporate score into a Game Maker game on YouTube, because I will definitely need it in the future for the games that I make, because score is a fundamental in gaming. Object 5 has nothing done to it. Well, it's called Object 1, but the number 5. And Object 1, which is written as 1, which is kind of confusing because it is a... Okay, I'll have to change that up because that is confusing me. Object 1, which is the number 1 this time, also has nothing done. That's just placed in the level to show that it's level 1 or 5. Pill. Object circle player, if it collides with, it gets destroyed. And that works with all of the players, because I think it works like that because the object circle player is initially what you play as throughout the entire thing. It's just that when you hit the NPC, not the NPC, the cross 2 or circle 2, you just change sprite, so to speak, and not really the fundamentals of the coding or drag and drop behind it. Now I can show you my rooms. Now I'll go through them in a different order, like 0, like that. Room 0, this was originally going to be on our main menu, which I didn't get around to doing. It's vibrant, in my opinion, which I think is quite good for this game, because it's supposed to be sort of a vibrant, bright game. Room 1 is obviously level 1, and that's done. You can see I've placed all the sprites in it. Well, it's not done. I still need to incorporate a little bit there, which will be the notify shape. But I've not done the coding for that yet, so I've not added in. The green squares, the enemies, you start at the top. Shape, 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 and shape, and pills surround the rest of it. Again, it uses sprite or object wall 1 because this is the first level, and it says 1 right there. That is the music. Whoops. That is the music. Now right next to it, that's supposed to be the score, which doesn't work. So that box is just blank when you play the game. 2, now this is just a blank box. I've not even got around to that. 3 is the same. 4 is also the same. 5, I've kind of done. The level's a bit different, a lot harder. The way I've done it is I wanted the walls to move, and I designed it so that it can trap you and the shapes. So for example, this here, where, let's go to objects so I can move them. This would slide into shape here, along with that. That would also follow along, and then that would drop, and that would drop. And that would leave you trapped in there if you were in there at the time. And then another thing which I did was this. I designed it. Oh, I didn't want to touch that. That wasn't even there. Was that so it would trap you in there, perhaps? Although after time it would revert back to normal. Again, I did this with a lot of things. What was the other one? There is one more. Where is it? Maybe there wasn't one more. Maybe I just thought there was. No, there is one more. I've just seen it. Although it's not really a trap. It's just a different layout. But basically what happens is that drops. That drops. And that drops. And it just sort of makes it a bit complicated. Let's not save that. But you sort of get the idea of what that level is supposed to do for the final level, because it's the final level. It's supposed to be hard, so that's what I did. So let's test the game. Let's make sure room 1's there. Boom. So let's play it. Let's play. Oh god damn it. Oh, there we go. Come on. Why does it take so long? What's the need? Look, why? What is the need to take so long? Oh, it's doing it. I like it. Let me make sure this is recording. Yep, it is. I just have to check because before it didn't record. It doesn't seem to want to show me what's recording. It's sort of static, let's just hope that's recording. This is not the shit. So obviously these are the pills. It restarts when I hit the wrong enemy. It works with all of them. Let's change shape. Okay, so the cross works. But the cross eats the shapes, which isn't supposed to happen. So it only really works with the circle, but I will need to fix that. It's not really a game, is it? You can just change into pentagons, eat them all. You will proceed to the next level. And obviously, if this green eats that circle, it works pretty much. The object can't go through the wall, and you can the enemies bounce. Let's restart that. As you can see, the enemies go in a different rotation every time. Like the wire, I don't even know the rotation myself. I don't think there is a rotation. There is. I think there's a rotation to it, but I can't really tell myself. I guess if you pause the video and rewind, you'll be able to tell, because yeah, you'll be able to see. I do remember one of them moving in a certain... Yeah, it's in a rotation, because that one that's just moved around me did it the other times before, after like 3 deaths. So it does have a rotation to it. Nice. Now let's show the circle eating the circle when the enemy would like to change. There we go. Why? There we go. It eats the circles. Another shape that's really messed up is the triangle. Come on. Fuck. Well, let's try that again. Sorry for swearing. That probably shouldn't be in here, but I have no idea how to edit, so I'll just leave it in and hope for the best. Come on. The triangle enemy can eat the triangle player. That kind of goes against the game and how it's supposed to work. Although, like, the score limit on this is going to be like, I don't know, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's about 9 pills in each corner. I'm gonna say there's roughly 5. There's probably about 100, 200 pills So the score's about 630 to proceed to the next level. Which will be 2, but 2's not been done yet. Room 5 though. This does... Well, it doesn't work. Well, it does work. I'll play it and I can just show you it. Oh, it's going to take years to load again. The music's different for this level, as you can clearly tell. And I've not put the pills in yet, but it kind of follows the same. Fuck! Is this even possible? Fuck me. There we go. What? I think the square can meet the circles as well. It can. That's better than expected. Okay, were you seeing that there's errors with the objects themselves? Let's go back to room 1. Okay, let's go back on it again. And just let's go over how bad I fucked up. I swore again. Damn it. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I will be fine. I will be fine. As you can see, it successfully eats the pills, but it fails in giving any score. I still really failed, it's not done it yet. The success goes with the circle. It can die against any enemy, but it doesn't seem to work for the ultimate. I don't quite get that. So apparently the triangle can eat a circle but can't eat the correct shape. That is definitely a failure within the game. Damn it! Okay. So the circle seems to work fuck me. The circle seems to work pretty... Where's the square? The circle seems to work pretty well within the game. Cross, isn't it? Fuck! I'm gonna flip a table in a minute. God damn, just let me show what I'm trying to show. That's definitely a failure. Why can they eat the wrong shape, but they can't eat the right shape? I don't get it. Well, that's a failure anyway. Oh my god. If that worked and the score worked, it would be I think it would be a functional playing game. Why can I eat the circle? Oh my god. I'm trying to get a point across here. You know what, let's just hibernate as a cross. Because if I go out there now, I'm going to die, and it's just going to take longer to get my point across. Wait, cross is next. So as you can see, the failure affects all of the shapes. If I eat the shape that I am, I seem to die. If I eat the shape I'm not, I seem to eat them. I don't quite get how that works. But that's definitely a failure within my game, and I'm going to have to improve on that. The successes is that the characters can all the characters can eat the pills. The circle is successful in the way it can eat all of the circles, but if it tries to eat the other shapes, it dies. I think that might be why it's bugging. I think it might be the circle's fault. That there's a bug, which is kind of why the other shapes follow the same rule as the circle. I'm gonna look into that. Oh, it's not really a functional game. It's not even a game. It's just a massacre. Like, it's not even funny. I did test the game with my older brother last night, but when I recorded it, it didn't record. It recorded it for 3 seconds. Not quite sure how that works, but I got him to write it up for me anyway. I don't need this anymore. Goodbye. Ah, oh, so long. Okay, you can... No, I should really read it out. I shouldn't make you pause the video. I'll read it out. So my older brother played my game and gave his opinion on it. He said the game itself is average. Wait, let me highlight it. That's going to lose where I am. The game itself is average. You really need to fix it so the enemies don't eat you when you're the right shape. I totally agree with you there, Callum. And you also need to fix it so when you are the right shape, you can eat the correct enemies. So, fixing it so the enemies don't eat me when I'm the right shape. You've just said it. The exact same. But in a different context. Whatever. You could have possibly chose a better background, as it has a ripple effect to the right side. Okay, you might not know what he means by ripple effect. Wrong button. There. I'll show you. I think he means like a fold effect. You will see it. It's like, wait, you might not see it because of all the pills there. I just have to eat the pills to show you. If it would like to load, you know, I've got all day for this. If you look carefully here, you see my mouse, there's like a ripple just there, as if it's repeating the image. It is repeating the image. If you look there, there's like a green, yellow shape thing. If you look over here, it continues. I believe that's what he meant by the ripple effects. And the music is probably a bit too upbeat for this sort of game. I don't know, I kind of like the music. I think it goes with it. Like, the game might not be fast paced, but I like my choice of music. Especially if you're basing it on Pac-Man. That's true, Pac-Man does have a very calm tune to it. Does it even have a tune? I believe the one that I played does have a tune. So I could probably do a slower paced music. Okay, I'll take that into consideration. A death effect would be good instead of just dying and respawning. I agree. I was going to show you the death sound, but I completely forgot. I never made the effect, but I did have a death sound, which didn't suit the game, so I ended up not incorporating it. I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear this or not, but I'm going to give it a go. You pressed the wrong button! Now that sounds somewhat like you'd find in some horror game when you make a wrong turn and then the enemy kills you. Oh, no. And then the enemy kills you. How long have we recorded? 43 minutes. And when the enemy kills you, it's like, here. And on that note, I could also do with making the enemy rotation random. Like square, triangle, circle, cross, square, pentagon, triangle, cross. Instead of having it in a specific order, I am trying to make it random, but I can't seem to do it. So I have got it in an order at the minute, sadly. It's my fault for being so stupid. Because after a few times of playing it, the player will catch on. They will catch on after a few times of playing it. They'll be like, wait, this is the exact same pattern as it was last game, but they've not changed it up. Which makes the game easier for them. It does make the game easier for them, because they can just sort of tell themselves that, oh, it's triangle, that means cross is going to be next, and I can get ready. You also need to put in the score. Yes, I do. You don't have to remind me. Especially since you told me that you need a certain amount of score to reach the next level. Yes, the fundamental of the game is if you reach that certain amount of score, which is kill all the enemies basically and eat all the pills, you will get taken to the next level, and so on. Like room 2 will follow the same concept, 3, 4, and 5. All 5 is the last level, so we'll just end the game. And once the score is reached, you'll automatically transport to that level. Yep, that is exactly what it's going to do. I've kind of just said that. If you don't even have the score incorporated into the game, yeah, then how are you going to progress if you can't get taken to the next level? I kind of get what you're saying there. You've worded it proper shit, but I do understand what you're saying there. You also told me that you're going to the place in something that'll tell you what shape the enemy is next so you can get prepared. You really need to incorporate this, especially if you're going to make the shape order random. Perhaps it's not so bad at the minute because the shapes follow a certain pattern, and once the player figures out what pattern that is, it's basically like being told what shape is appearing next. That's true, I do need to incorporate that, and again, it's true after playing it, they'll be like, oh, square, circle, triangle, cross, pentagon, square, circle. They will instantly realise, oh, it's the exact same pattern. This is going to make my life a lot easier. From what I can see, the enemies in the game run around wild and the pattern changes each time. Because enemies bounce off of the walls. It does, although it kind of again follows an order. Like it will go one direction one game, then the next it will go a completely different direction. At the start of the game, the direction of the shapes change almost every time. And at the start of the game, the direction... I've just said that, which is why it confused me. Which makes it slightly harder, however this also only has 4 patterns, up, down, left, or right. That is very true. It will either start going up, left, right, or down. And then after going in one of those directions, it will follow the same pattern as it did before. Improvements to make. Eating the enemy / being eaten by the enemy. That is definitely an improvement to make. It's not even an improvement. It has to be done, else it's not the game. The game doesn't work if it doesn't do that. Because that's the main idea of the game. Eat the enemy and avoid being eaten. Choose a better background. I think he's saying that because of my ripple effect, but I like it. Not the ripple effect, but the background. Okay, I'll change the background. I will expand it in Photoshop. Because after I expand it and then re-put it in here, it will just fill it out. Add a deaf effect and a deaf sound. Okay. I was going to do that anyway to make the game slightly more interesting. Add a score. No shit. Obviously I'm going to add a score, Callum. I need to add a score, else I can't really do anything, like proceed in the game. It's a fundamental, I need to get it in there, and it's my bad that I've not currently got it in there, but it will definitely get added in. Make the enemy shape rotation random. Yes, I know, I'm going to make it random. It has to be random again, that's like a fundamental. If it's random, the game's significantly harder, which is what I want. I don't want my game to be so easy that people get bored of it like in a flash, because that's obviously not fun because it got bored. And that does suck. And those are your suggestions of the improvements to make. Alright. Now, as I said before I started reading this out, we did record it, or we tried to record it using OBS. But when I first did it, not only was it a .flv file that wouldn't load on my computer, it only recorded 3 seconds of it, so it like stopped midway, which is why I'm kind of scared that this has stopped midway. I kind of hope it hasn't, because it's been 49 minutes. 49, that's almost an hour long. Well, it's a lot better than writing it all out, because I like talking. Talking's fun, although maybe not at the right times. From the feedback that he tested, what will be done to improve the game? Alright, improvements. All the improvements are there, to be honest. Suggest improvements for this computer game. They're kind of there. Eat the enemy and being eaten by the enemy. I need to fix it up. That is definitely an improvement that I have to make. in what he stated earlier, the music, maybe it's a bit too upbeat. Maybe the music doesn't really fit the style that I've gone with. Perhaps I need to improve that by choosing a more simple music. And that death sound definitely does not suit the game. Add a death effect and a death sound. Okay, I will. That is an improvement when I think about it. Like a death sound, even if it's just a splat noise, or I'm not sure if you heard that. I'll try it again. Even if it's just that, anything, a death effect, maybe some explosion, and the explosion's the color of the shape, and it's nice, and it wouldn't be nice and it could be nice and pretty. I mean, it could be anything. It's a game, anything goes. It's all up to your imagination. Add a score. I don't really think that's an improvement. I think that's a Liam, get your ass into gear and put the fucking score in, because I need that in there, else I ain't doing shit. Because the score is what will take me to the next level. Is the main idea of the game. Eat the enemy, get the score. Eat the pills, get the score. And without a score, it's just eat pills, try and eat an enemy, get eaten by the enemy if you're the right colour with the right shape. And it's like, right then, that doesn't seem to really work. And make the enemy rotation random. That is an improvement that I need to make, just to make it a bit more, just to mix it up a bit, make it more interesting, and keep the player intrigued, because they'll never be able to guess the pattern, because there isn't a pattern. It'll just be random. Every time you play it, it'll be completely random, and that's what players like. If it's too simple and it's in an order, it's kind of like, well, it was nice playing this, but I kind of know everything about this fucking game now, and there's no need to play it. Like, I'm getting bored of it, and I've just completed it because I knew the pattern and everything. I mean, I know I would definitely be like that. I'd be like, well, you know what? This is absolute shit. There's a pattern to it. I completed it within an hour, and it's not entertaining anymore. I mean, this brief of mine asked for 3 suggestions. I kind of just gave 5. Although that's kind of what my older brother gave me, or told me to do. Although I don't really have any problems with that. An improvement to make from me, finish the levels off. Like level 1, yeah, level 5. You're not going to go from the first level and jump to the very final level, are you? It ain't happening. I'm going to have to do that level 2, 3 and 4. On top of that, I'm going to have to finish the main... Why am I saying finish the main menu? I've not even started it. I have to start the main menu and finish the main menu. So it's more like a game. Now, it also wants a user manual on how to play it. I originally did this on Photoshop, and then my Photoshop trial ran out on me, which kind of sucks. So I just threw it up in Word. A really poor version, there's a lot of space there. We don't need to know that though. It tells you what you need to do. Shapeman. The objective of the game is to eat all of the pills and enemies. In order to eat the enemy, you have to be the same shape as them. So if they're a triangle, you also have to be a triangle. It's a lie. If you're a triangle and they're a triangle, the triangle will eat you anyway. Eating the pills and enemies will give you score. That's also what I accept does not work. And when a certain score is reached, you'll move on to the next level. However, if you're a triangle and the enemy is a circle and hits you, you die. That's a lie. The triangle actually eats the circle. Again, I think that's a bug because the main character's a circle and everything's on that circle, pretty much. Like the movement, the eating, the being eaten, all of that. And the higher the level you're on, the more enemies that will appear. So if there's 6 shapes on the first level, there'll be 7 on the second, and 8 on the third, and 9 on the fourth, and 10 on the fifth. That is quite a nice number. I will probably do that. So basically, to do, eat the pills in the enemy, whilst safely avoiding enemies that could eat you in the process. Not to do, get eaten by the enemy and having to restart, because that would be a serious pain in the ass. How to play it. Use the arrow keys. It's not really rocket science. If you press WASD and it doesn't work, then what else is it going to be? UI OK? Hell no. It's going to be the arrow keys. 7, 8, 9. Wait, no, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 5. No, obviously not. It's going to be the significant gamer world, gaming technology thing shit. So if WASD don't work, it's going to be the arrow keys. In this case, well, when I first made this game, it was actually WASD because I'm used to using my left hand on my left side of the keyboard. So using the right side for the arrow keys was a bit weird. I'm not too keen on it, but it works. So use the arrow keys to play the game, and it's a lot easier than it actually looks. Just press up, down, left, and right. And it moves in that direction continuously. You don't have to hold it. If you press down, it will move down until it hits an object. If you click right, it will go right until it hits an object. Up and left are the exact same. They follow the exact same fundamentals. And that is my game. I no longer need that. Or that. Well, my name is... In fact, before I finish up, I will show you what my main menu's music... Oh, god damn it. I'll show you what my main menu's music was going to be. I believe... I can't read the name. Nope. Nope. Wrong button. This is going to be my main menu music, although then I kind of went for the dubstep music, as you kind of heard. I was going to have this music for level 2. If I just turn it up and skip. So you kind of know what music genre my game is into, and what I was going to use beforehand and decided not to use, and now what I'm using instead. As you can see, the music did change a lot. It was really soft at first, and then I was like, you know what, I'm going to play dubstep instead because it's a lot more appealing. To me, that is anyway. That's all I have to say. I'm pretty sure I've covered everything in assignment 2. Well, my name is Liam Roche, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's rather long and tedious, but just bear with it. It should be worth it. I'm sorry for swearing in it quite a bit. I would definitely edit it out, but I have no talent in editing. Like, I don't even know how to delete a clip in Movie Maker. That goes to show how... Okay, I'm going to stop rambling. My name's Liam Roach, and that is the end of my assessment 2, creating a game, documentation, and everything. I covered everything in a long ass video. It's fine. Sorry for swearing, and thank you for watching.